Hi everyone, this is Fresh Source TV. I'm doing this video because I've been seeing a few YouTubers recirculating Irene's live. And still to this day, they are spreading false information. Now in the beginning, we all thought that these kids, based on the information that we had and what we were hearing in Irene's live, we assumed that these kids were actually selling Kanika out for a $200 hotel lick. Okay, but now through the research of a few faithful and compassionate, dedicated YouTubers, we learned that not to be true. Now, I just want to take my time right now to shout out Straight Drop, because he was one of the first people that we saw on YouTube really wanting to find justice for Kanika and wanting to understand what was actually happening in the footage and in these lives. Okay, we saw the compassion for this case from him in his eyes, in his voice, and we felt it coming from his heart. And I say that because there's also been a few YouTubers who have been throwing salt on his name. But today I'm going to speak truth to power. Because if it had not been for Straight Drop, there would not be a lot of YouTubers out there doing this Kanika Jenkins case. He was one of the first ones that brought this case to us and got us interested in this case. Yeah, we had heard about her case, but we were not drawn into it until we saw Straight Drop come out on that broken phone, that broken cell phone, with all that compassion in his eyes and in his voice for this young girl. Now, I'm going to say this. Just because I have 15 or 20 subscribers on my channel does not mean I haven't been here from the beginning. I've been here from the beginning, and I've done my own research, and I've been associated with people who have done extraordinary research on Kanika Jenkins' case. So I know personally some of the YouTubers out there are just spreading false information. Okay? And it does us no good if we continue, if we say that we want justice for Kanika and her family, to put out false information. Yeah, we got to nip that in the bud when it first comes out. Because it leads people into thinking the wrong things. And I'll say this too. If you're really interested in this Kanika Jenkins case and you want to know the truth, you have to do like most of us have done. You have to research this case for yourself. All of the information is out there for you. Please do not listen to some of these YouTubers. You have to do it for yourself. That way you can call out the bullshit when you hear it and when you see it. Okay? So now, no, it's 2.5 years later. Now that we know better, we should be doing better. We cannot get to the truth in this case if we're telling lies. Enough is enough of the bullshit. Kanika was a real person. Miss Teresa lost her child. Just think, if it had been your child, Would you want YouTubers spreading false information about your child? I think not. We know better. We know that these kids were not trying to sell Kanika out for $200. That's not what the video suggests, and it's definitely not what we're hearing in the video, what they're discussing. They are simply discussing a parking ticket. And we hear Kanika herself saying that she's seen clear as day that the parking ticket said if lost, they'd have to pay $200. And they also mentioned the fact that the ticket is being circulated amongst the people who's attending the party. So now we got to stop with this nonsense. And we have to give credit where credit is due. And we ain't going to fake nothing here. Just because it wasn't your child doesn't mean it's not important. She was a living human being. Somebody who was well loved. We could see that. So let's get into the video. Let's see what I'm putting this out because I want you guys to listen for yourself. Don't be a fool into listening to everything some of these YouTubers put out there. Now, there's a famous word that they say on YouTube that some of them are doing it for clout. And I'm kind of believing that because this stuff don't make no sense. Let's get into it. Listen. See, you just heard Kanika say, for real, I read that thing clear as day. That say $200. So what you think she talking about? You think she talking about selling her own self out for $200? Or do you think she's talking about the parking ticket? Come on, everybody, let's use our minds. One of the reasons why we're in the position that we're in now when it comes to this case is because we're listening to the wrong voices. We got to get it together. Now, I'm just going to stop this tape right here because we heard it from the horse's mouth. There's no need to go any further with this. It is officially debunked. Nobody in that room was talking about selling Kanika out for $200. They were simply talking about if they lost that parking ticket, they would have to pay a $200 fine. Come on now. We know better. Now we got to do better. Thanks for listening and watching.